Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 24. I almost said 28. Believe me, we're not playing this in the future. Um, as the Oakland Athletics. Um, and yeah, it's a new episode. It's a new off season. Trying to just get one more title before we maybe do some expanding and start over from scratch. Um, Couple things I wanted to address in the comments. As always, I really appreciate your comments. It's why I do this, basically. Um, we have a lot of money, just under 40 million. We have a lot of money, and part of the reason we have a lot of money is because we've done a great job of maintaining our payroll. Now, one of the things that OOTP doesn't really give you is a place to dump excess cash. They have capped player development, for example. It used to be you could spend as much as you wanted to. Now you can only think spend triple. Like if I do like 50 million, just as an example, it automatically just triples it. I'm fine with that. If that's where we spend our excess money, that's where we spend our excess money. Let's go back to 25 right now, though, because it could be a big time free agent that we really desperately need. But just something I wanted to point out there. You can only triple the baseline for both free agency and scouting. I probably need to start making sure I've devoted resources into both of those things, especially if I get stuck. But that is a very appreciated point that somebody made, and I'm glad that somebody made it. Someone else pointed out, uh, Cleveland spending $29 million a year on a free agent is not realistic. I hear you, fam. I hear you. That would never happen in a trillion years. The last comment I wanted to make before I actually start playing the game is appreciation for, like, if you remember this channel, you probably see me play some versions of OOTP. And you've seen some of the ridiculous trades I've been able to pull off. Daniel Cabrera is one that really just always sticks in my mind because I got somebody that was a key part of my offense for pennies on the dollar. The point of the fact of the matter is that trading used to be a lot easier. And I appreciate how much better it's gotten. The one thing I would push back on as far as the trading engine goes is the AI just makes a lot of stupid offers. And it's like, at a certain point, if I were an actual general manager and people kept coming with that bullshit, I'd be like, fuck off, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Um, but like, here is my 45 reliever, give me two medium prospects for it. That's never going to be worth it. I think there has to be a certain amount of calculus by the AI when making an offer that it knows you won't accept, because it just kind of slows the game down. Now, obviously, if you're playing single player, you can take as much time as you want to. That's fine. You can nitpick each and every trade that comes in. But I still think the AI needs improvement as far as this is what a real major league team would offer, and therefore is something you would genuinely consider. Um, it's always something that's kind of annoyed me about it. I've never really quite put my finger on it, but that's something that I think is a thing they could work on potentially. All right, last season, 87 to 75, probably one of our worst in recent history. We've actually done a pretty good job hitting that 90 win mark more often than not. Um, we did have this season here, and we had this one here, but it's certainly one of our worst in recent memory. Um, it has been a while since we've been able to make an appreciable advance in the postseason. It's hard to figure out why, though. If we take a look, I'm just going to do this now without being too crabby about it. We have a really good staff, pitching staff. And generally, the pitching staff is an essential piece to postseason success. I've got the arms for the most part. There's obviously some room for people to grow, but on the whole, I think we've got a pretty darn good pitching staff. We've got a reasonably good bullpen. We could probably make it a little bit better. Um, I think we've got some pretty talented players offensively. I think we just see things start to fall in the right direction for the most part. A couple of key. Another point somebody made, a very good point. Mr. Nelson Vigil is very strikeout prone. He will always be strikeout prone. There is a couple of thoughts here for what we do with him. The first is have him figure it out. As a counterpoint, not he has low adaptability, meaning there's going to be a learning curve as he goes up levels. Understood. So there is that option. Keeping him up in the major leagues, seeing if he breaks through. The other alternative is sending him back to AAA for a season, letting him find his groove, and then bring him back. I feel like sending him back to the minors could be counterproductive. I do have a couple of players who could reasonably fill in at third base if we needed them to. Sergio Carrillo, we have Dusty Flanagan is still around here somewhere. I have options. I just don't feel great about any of them. I think, barring getting a quality free agent, he's probably as good as we're getting. There's also Darnell Myricks. Why is he rated as 75? I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. But nothing in this profile suggests that he is like one of the best of the best. But sure. Um, our team is young as shit. Um, we have 3 position players that are over 30. One of whom isn't necessarily going to be regular Luis Ramirez. But we have Ramirez is over 30, Chris Hughes is over 30, and Sean DeWitt is over 30. Oh, I guess Tommy Weethy is too, but he's gone anyway. Oh no, he's not. I did sign him to a longer deal, didn't I? Probably a slight mistake. Because I do have some young players that do need a genuine opportunity, but we'll figure that one out. Let us check on our coaching staff. Okay, we need a bench coach, we need a third base coach, and we need some minor league coaches. I'm interested in anything like temperamental is probably ideal in terms of what people are looking for, or personable. The thing is with personable, a lot of people also hate it. A couple people that I followed on Reddit were having this interesting discussion about, do you actually like the personality prospect of building your coaching staff? I've got to say I don't love it. I'm not going to turn it off because I'm committed to it at this point, but I do think it's far more fiddly than it needs to be. Again, you're sitting at home at your home PC or doing whatever, you have infinite time theoretically. But even if you have infinite time, I don't know that people genuinely enjoy it. I would much prefer. I don't actually know what I would prefer. I would prefer the coaches had a more direct impact on your team. I think it's something I've been saying for a while now. Like the ability to see, oh, this player's hitting his strikeout total. Dustin Vigil needs some extra help. Let me put him with a specific coach to help him with that. Giving coaches concrete skills that they can help you with would make it far more engaging and realistic, I think, way to manage your teum. Um, Like you could hire a bullpen coach as an example that specializes in adding velocity. And he has three slots throughout the season, and you assign three pitchers and they work on their velocity to improve their stuff, things of that nature. That would be cool and interactive, and I would enjoy that. Just this managing of personalities, I get what they're going for. I just don't think they hit it very well, in my opinion. Especially because you also want your coaches to be effective. You could coach purely for cohesion, but then you'd have a bad time. Um. Anyways, let's focus on promoting from within. I would prefer to do that when I can. Easy going is fine. So we could promote Mr. Perez here. I think Jose Perez would be a pretty good bench coach, so we're going to go ahead and promote him. I didn't check relationships. Well, it's fine. It's an average. It's an average kind of deal, but we'll live through it. I might want to go outside. One moment. I want to go outside the organization to try to get us our new um to try to get us our new third base coach. We might have to go outside the organization. Um, I'm just gonna do some simple promotions for a moment. Uh, Flair is excellent. Basford is outstanding. Basford it is. I have no problem with promoting Leighton Hiller. He can have it. Um, Osvaldo, I think, deserves an opportunity. Be high A manager. Done. Let's get a new pitching coach for the rookie league. I would be over the moon if we could get Brad Marks. I don't think we have that big a chance of it, but I would love to see it happen. And then we need a manager. I'm going to focus on development. Alex Mejia, I'd love for you to be our coach. Done. Third base coach. What positions do we have covered in terms of teaching? Running would be good. Infield would be great. I think infield would be my number one consideration. So let's find someone who's a good teacher of the infield that wants to be a third base coach. I mean, Mike Freeman is basically exactly what we're looking for. His relationship isn't the best, but that might improve over time. But his teaching is superb. He is normal, doesn't like temperamental. That could be problematic. You're basically the exact same coach here. Or there's Aguilar. I like Aguilar. I think he's actually a slightly better fit, mostly because he doesn't like personable. I don't have that many of those. But he likes easygoing, and he also happens to be an amazing catching coach. I think Ishmael Aguilar would be a phenomenal choice, and I think that's what we're gonna go with. Arbitration. Archie Edwards has earned a massive raise, and he's going to get it. I'm not gonna even hesitate there. A long-term contract for him seems risky. I'm not opposed to it, but I think we need a little bit more out of him before I'm ready to commit big resources. We're just going to go for a 1 year deal with him for now. I do think there's a better than average chance that he ends up getting a long term offer from us, but not yet. But Mort King wants a fairly substantial raise. He had a great season, though. He had a great season. He is 30. I'm not going to overthink this one. I will give him a contract extension. I think he's earned it. Same with Rafael Rivera. I don't know what his future with this team is going to be, whether he's going to end up being a starter or a reliever. But let's not lose sight of a single number, 14. This is a 14th round draft pick who came into the major leagues and has actually been fairly successful. That doesn't happen often. I'm not going to guarantee in the rotation, though. I don't know where he fits in this staff at the moment. I'm not going to nickel and dime him too much. Sergio Carrillo. I think we're going to trade him. He has value, don't get me wrong, as a reserve, but I don't think he cuts it. I think we can probably find a better selection in free agency. And he's had 3 consecutive years to show me that he has something to the table. First of all, the fact he has 0 power is deeply concerning. I'd take this from a second baseman, maybe, but not from a third baseman. Maybe he's just a better choice as second baseman. And maybe somebody's gonna figure that out. If I change him to second baseman, he looks roughly the same, so that doesn't really move the needle at any stage. I'm gonna go ahead and flip him, and we're gonna try to get ourselves a new uh third baseman, or just a new, just a little bit of a nice little rookie. I think would not go amiss here. Jerry Sigmund is exactly what I'm looking for. Beautiful, done. That's not about the money. It's just he's an awkward fit. Dan buys. I think Mr. buys another 14th round pick. Man, my scouting director knows his shit. Um, I don't think he's an everyday shortstop. I genuinely don't believe that. I think that particular ship has sailed a while ago. Especially because of Molinar, which the game goes, ooh, good defense. Which he does offer, but I think we're just gonna go ahead and say goodbye um to Molinar. We get a chance here. My issue with getting rid of buys, if we come on over to the player development section, my shortstops are really far away. Kevin Brown is meant to be the guy at some point, but he has very little professional experience, and he's definitely not ready for the major leagues yet. Maybe another season or two, but certainly not this season. I think keeping buys for a season is a reasonable choice because I should be able to move him without too much hassle. But this is the last year. And if I can get a better shortstop, I will. Mike Jacober is among the most frustrating players I think I've had the pleasure of having on the Oakland A's. He just hasn't been good enough. And he's gotten a lot of at bats, and they haven't been memorable ones. Like, a 438 slugging percentage is reasonable. It's very nearly a 200 isolated slugging, and he gets on base at a decent clip. I just have too many players with this exact skill set, and there's not that much sense in keeping it. You may notice I'm avoiding a decision. Trust me, I will make the operative decision. We're gonna try to flip Jacober and try to get. I'd like to get an infield prospector. Yeah, we're gonna go panning for some fucking gold. Prospect. is the word I was looking for. Almost exclusively first baseman. Jeff Stewart. I will acquire Jeff Stewart. He's a really good second base option. Has some flexibility. Not a great hitter, but I'm willing to let him develop in our system for a bit and see how that works out. Let me get Brad Garofalo and Jeff Stewart. If I can get both of those, I'll be reasonably happy. Are you, Mr. Garofalo? Oh, it's not actually sorted. I don't even know what that's sorted by. We're sorted by potential. It was a 40 if I remember right. There it is. Yeah, Jacobert doesn't really move the needle very much. Sam Laws. Sam fucking Laws. There is a lot to love about him. An absolute truckload to love about him. He is a highly reliable offensive performer. He wants a lot of money. But money is something that I have. And he's such a good compliment for the way this team runs that I think we'd be foolhardy to let him walk. So we're just going to go ahead and sign him. That was actually an easier decision than I thought it was going to be. I'm not giving him a giant contract yet, though. I will pay for his last year of arbitration, and then we can revisit this discussion in the off season. But I'm not. I can't afford to give him a giant contract. If it's him and RJ Edwards, I'm keeping RJ Edwards because I think great pitching is going to be essential for our system to work. This is fine. Done. All right, that is arbitration dealt with. Mike Davies is going to walk. Hey, we got a lot out of Mike Davey. I have no issues with him. I wouldn't mind keeping Luis Ramirez. Pardon me. But between the injury history and the fact I do have other options, I think letting him leave is reasonable. I will offer Arturo Flores a minor league deal. And oh, I can't keep you. I can't keep you. We'll offer you. Hector Vargas just isn't that good. Yeah. All right. Let's advance a little bit of time. Let some of these decisions shake out a bit. Very true. Very true. And then, yeah. Cubs would like you to be their new general manager. Ironically, this actually isn't a bad thing for us. He is probably one of our crankier players, or one of our crankier coaches. There is a lot to like about the idea of keeping him around, of letting him take this new opportunity and just finding a new assistant. Oh, wait a minute, that's a scouting director. Oh, I thought that was my no. That's my scouting director. You can't have him. No extension. I do not want to replace the scouting director, but it looks like I have to. Damn it. Damn it. Lame. I didn't even realize that. I was gonna say, yeah, fuck the assistant general manager, but no. That's a good dude. Okay, brilliant. The White Sox are offering me. That's garbage. I like Nate Winder. He might even be a starting pitcher, but I don't want Isaiah here. I don't think he's that interesting. And I'm not ready to give up on Wilfredo Rivera yet, so thank you for the offer, but I must sadly decline. Um, where's my other coach? Did he sign with somebody else? He must have, because he's not showing us available anymore. Jorge Hernandez would be a good choice, I think. And then we're gonna slide on into here, and we're gonna set. You're gonna teach base running and um, infield. Excellence as good as that gets, and I'm not gonna use Aguilar. I can't overwork him, so that this seems like a good choice to me. Um, Losing Deck McGuire doesn't make me happy, but I can't do anything about that because the one thing I can offer him is an extension, which he clearly doesn't want. So we're just gonna have to soak that one, I guess. Oh, you both get to go to AAA. Sorry. There we go. No Go Gloves this year. Bit of a sad story. I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot of individual hardware, to be honest with you. Damn it, Cubs. You fucking assholes. Taking my damn scouting director. I don't want somebody personable or controlling. I guess easygoing would be my preference as far as scouting director goes, but also would just want a really fucking good scouting director. Um, if they have any like easygoing, that would be lovely. But Drew is personable. That is that is problematic. But it's also objectively the best choice. Wait, how come I could see that? Oh, because yeah, it's showing your things there. Miles Emerson's a really good choice too, though. Like a really good choice. And he's young too. I don't know what his personality is, but I'm just gonna ignore that shit, and we're just gonna sign him anyway. Okay, no player decisions until our new scouting director is hired. I don't love losing our scouting director, but he does favor ability, which I think this is the right time to have somebody who does, because they're gonna have to find those gems. That's where we're gonna make our real inroads, because we're not gonna have great draft picks. Jaime Andrews is a really good player. Okay, we're off to a good start here. Korea and Landa aren't that interesting, but I don't want to give up Wilfredo Rivera. But Andrews would genuinely represent a pretty decent upgrade. But I'm not giving you Rivera. That's where I. Yeah, he doesn't even want to take that offer anymore. I think he realized it. Tempting, but no. I'm gonna refuse. I'm gonna reject that trade. I'm in the market for a great first baseman if one can be had, but I'm not convinced he's the guy I'm looking for. I don't have any up. I don't have any free agent things there. Okay. All right. So what do we want this off season? What positions do we need the most assistance at? I don't feel great about designated hitter, second base, or shortstop. So really infielders are probably priority number one. Priority number two, I could probably use some upgrades in the bullpen, and I definitely need a stronger bench. Um, but in terms of like top flight stars, middle infield, and DH, I'm fine to give Chris Orr another shot at first base. That I have no problem with. But as for the rest of it, I think that's what we need to address. Um, I also wouldn't mind running it back with this bullpen. I'm not that fussed about it one way or the other. It's a pretty good bullpen. Could be better, but certainly not the worst. I am tempted to trade Yedelson to Vinny. And here's why. Somebody somewhere is desperate for a starting pitcher. And I think Deviney could be an inexpensive starting pitcher for a team willing to commit to him. I think he's got some value. I'm gonna just kick the tires on this one and see all players, please. I'll even look at veterans. Like if I can fix a hole, I am reason. Oh, your thing is bottomed out. You almost got me there though. Um, Tim Spink is fine, but I don't think he's what I'm looking for. You're an amazing pitcher, and there ain't no way in hell I'm picking you up because I am not paying that much money for one player. I just refuse. Juan Benavides wouldn't be a terrible designated hitter. Oh, what I'm a scouting director. No, I do a scouting director. I don't know why it's 20 out of 80. If they would be willing to eat some or a part of his salary, no, he's too expensive. Never mind. Only 2 years for Omari Dolford, but that's most of my money. I guess it could be Tim Spink. I don't feel amazing about it, but maybe that's just my best option. Use him as an upgraded DH, especially if I can get you guys to eat some of his salary. What if I have to eat all of his salary? You literally cannot afford that. Understood. Okay. Yeah, I'm not giving you genuinely good players when I'm already eating a pretty big contract. I don't really feel like sweetening the pot here. I'm not giving you Wilfredo Rivera. I'll submit that offer and see how that is taken. What do we got in free agency this year? Infielders. I'm not paying that much for Wilson Carrillo. Nice try. Robbie Herbertson as a corner infielder actually makes a pretty decent amount of sense. Plus, we know him, right? Like we know this. We know this gentleman. I like him a lot as a corner infielder, DH type. I think Mr. Herbertson is a fine free agent choice. That's a deal I'll happily make. I'm not opposed to Kevin Moss. I am opposed to paying a player that's this fragile that much money. That seems like a bad decision. Same here, honestly. That's a lot of money for one player who's been a productive player, don't get me wrong, but his injury proneness does give me cause for concern. Sergio Carlberg is an amazing second baseman who absolutely cannot hit. I've already got one of those. I don't really need another one. Eh, oh my gosh. This is what we call a fucking star. Like, low key. I said we needed an upgrade at second base, and Lord knows he's an upgrade. I cannot pass on talent at this level. Even if it means spending an awful lot of money on him, I think he is extremely worth it. How about we do a 7-year deal, and I give you this much money? We've got to win this contract. Like, we have to. Players of this caliber just don't become available with any regularity. This may cost us a player down the line. It's absolutely worth it to have. Like, he has one weakness, which is that his throwing arm isn't amazing. I'm fine with that. He's a good defense second baseman, also happens to be an incredible hitter. This is what you look for. Like, this is why we get involved in baseball at all. I would like a shortstop. If we can find one that is reasonably good at playing shortstop, that won't cost me a huge sum of money. I like Arturo Ayala, actually. I think he'd be a fine bench piece. Ayala's a really good first base, third base, shortstop, and a pretty good second baseman. I think adding him onto the bench as well makes a fair bit of sense. Let's do it. I do want a genuine starting shortstop if one is available, but I don't think there is one because I can't afford Joe O'Hanlon. His price is not out of my price range. Same with Rodolfo Romero. I mean, I could bring him back potentially. I'm not opposed to it, but I can't afford it. Is the issue. Jim Paz has way too much money, given his being injury prone. I'm not risking a draft pick for Arturo Sosa. Sam Brewer, I think, would be a pretty good choice. Let's grab Sam Brewer. A busy off season, but if we get Takimoto, that's going to be incredible. I do not need Mike Kirkendall, but thanks for the offer. I'm just not going to make the trade. Um, I don't really need Spink that badly. I do want to take a look at some free agent hitting. If I look all batters, no defense. I want to look at batting ratings. I want to find somebody that does homicides to baseballs. Mike Venza is a lot of money. He'd be a perfect fit offensively, but he's way too much money. I definitely can't afford Creo either. Too much. Let me use my bargain shopping filter and see what's available here. I mean, for the price of nothing, I will make this offer. I'm fine with that. I don't think you're going to get promoted anyway. And then Brad Mondesi, I'm happy to offer him a deal too. There we go. I haven't done anything about the bullpen. I think the bullpen will just get better naturally, depending on a few things. I need Takimoto though. Yes! Oh, we got him. Oh, that's. I can't remember the last time we've had a player this talented available to us. And I know he's not perfect yet, but holy shit. I said I needed more talented hitters. I said I needed a better second baseman, and I got both things. I got both things. All of a sudden, you think everyone's a 20 overall. I think you have some brain damage potentially. We'll figure it out. Um, as you get some more, it's gonna. Oh, that's such a good deal. So good. OSA is not quite so sanguine about his raw hitting ability. That was a brilliant deal. We're paying him a lot of money, but I think he's going to be worth it. Um, no, stop offering me your fucking mid-tier relievers and thinking that's gonna get me to acquire any of your shit. You did the same thing. It's the exact same thing. No, reject you in the face. Like we weren't gonna get a pick, so I'm not that annoyed. I can't give you Tooks. That's my big complaint here. I cannot give you Tooks. Tooks has an extremely bright future as a center field that can actually play center field, which I don't have very many of. I cannot give him up, but I'm not opposed to getting Pineda from you. Um, who do I consider the prospect I'm most willing to give up on? Leonidas is so far from the major leagues that I'm happy to offer him up to you. Yeah, I'm completely fine with this. Pineda's an excellent defender, and I think he fits really well with the team. He's such a good defender, I think we're going to pull the contract from Ayala. Ayala is no longer of interest to me because of the new guy. And we're just going to slap him right onto the Major League roster. I don't need a second baseman now, but thanks for offering. Reject. This is not an interesting trade to me. Stop it. I'm not saying I won't trade Wilfredo Rivera, but I need to get something pretty good in exchange for him. And a 34-year-old relief pitcher is not one of those things. Is there anybody eligible for the roof draft I have to keep? I'd like to keep Dixon and Sigmon, actually. Let's do that. Let's grab Dixon and Sigmon. And then Molinar is instantly waived. Um, why do you all say 20 out of 80? Like, are you delusional? Have you lost your mind? Look at overall. Apparently can't trust him to do much else. Chris McManus wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, you'd be a really nice bullpen arm. Let's grab Chris McManus. Draft player. That feels good. I think maybe there's something glitching out about my scouting director who thinks everybody has a potential of 80 now, even if they don't. Damn, Pittsburgh working the wires on the Rule 5 draft. There's 2019 Payne. What a name. What a name. Pongo Joe, but his parents actually in 2019 Payne. Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't vote for the Hall of Fame yet. Shame on me. We're gonna go bottom to top. Vote for Wood. I will vote for Dory Zambrano. I think he deserves a longer look. Not Salvaggio. I'll vote for the Love Machine. Who couldn't vote for a Love Machine? Edgar Caro, definitely. I'll vote for these two cats without any hesitation. I'll vote for Ramiro Yano. I don't think he's actually going to make it, but I just want to throw some love to an Oakland day. Wander Franco, maybe not such a good person in real life, but a Hall of Famer in our game. I'll vote for Corticelli. I just want to see starting pitchers make the Hall of Fame. I think I think we have to like relax our standards ever so slightly. Try to make that happen now. Because otherwise we just won't see any. I'll vote for Francisco Alvarez and Bautista, and I guess you can vote for Jorge Alfaro, Juan Alfaro. That's fine. 15 slots done. Herbertson does get a deal with us. We'll put him on the Major League roster. Oh, I do need to free up a spot. I'm gonna trade Tim Onwanyu. I think at this point we know what he can do, and what he can do is not what we're looking for. And I will happily just not tender him if nobody wants him. But I have a feeling somebody's gonna want him. Julio Tenorio would be a pretty fine choice. I'm gonna get Witset and Janorio, and if he's happy with that, then I'm happy. If I can get both of these distinguished gentlemen, I'm gonna sim a day. You probably want a really shitty player. You can have Velades, that's fine. Damn, Hoskins, you got paid, my friend. Um, Good for you. I never wanted you not to get paid. I just couldn't pay you. Y'all are going to AAA. I am pumped as shit about this roster. Yeah, things are already fixing themselves. I think he just needed some more scouting data to make some decisions here. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so good. I also wouldn't mind if we started Herbertson and let Vigil maybe just get some playing time here and there. I think this is a good job share. I have never had a deeper infield bench right now, though. I think Juan Pineda is probably our opening day shortstop, and I'm fine with that, even if his offense isn't great because he's just such a good shortstop. Um, Probably Bays, DeWitt, and Weethy, with the other gentlemen here getting a chance to show what they can do. I feel pretty good about that. This has been a great off season. Like no lies, a great off season. This obviously has the potential to just detonate in my face. Aw, Sean, what a guy. Oh, a Hall of Fame person. Wow, we've gotten really picky about our standards here. Poor Paul Skeens didn't make it. No, I didn't think he would. You're running out of time to elect Alejandro Kirk. I don't know why people are being such jerks, but I guess James Wood made it, which is fun. Um, Man, you're such a good dude, Sean DeWitt. What are your career stats looking like right now? 1,700 hits, 367 home runs, 839 walks. Like, you're pretty genuinely, you have a decent shot at making the Hall of Fame. It's not a perfect shot, but it's a decent shot. I'm sorry you didn't get Silver Slugger this year. That's a bit of a shame. He's been an amazing player, though, and I genuinely think he's got a pretty good shot at making Hall of Fame. Because his career's not done yet. There's a really good chance he breaks 2,000 hits this season or next, and breaks 400 homers this season or next. I think that's going to help him out a lot. He's been such a good player. I love it. Sean DeWitt is my spirit animal. I don't want you anymore. I don't have a spot for you, my guy. I'm sorry. I don't care. If they wanted to pay him a lot more money, then that's fine for them, but that's not something I was going to do. I don't I guess Takimoto doesn't count as a rookie, which is kind of surprising to me, but oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. So good. Um I can offer all the money I'd like. If there's one player that's worth grabbing over the others, like say David Galindo, elite power like this doesn't grow on trees. I think we just have to go balls to the wall and grab Galindo here. I mean, Asagera is a really good pitcher, and there's a lot of interest here too, but I just think we need Galindo. I will spend my entire cap on you because I don't want anybody else to get you. It's so hard for us to find power hitters. Hit ask for response. Okay. We'll just change it to say a 5. There you go. Done. You guys said I should spend the money. I think I definitely spent the money this year. And Galindo signed. Of course he did. I don't think so. I mean, as great a name as Leland Northeast is, I don't hate the name, but there's apparently more to making a successful baseball team than just getting people with the coolest names. I know it's crazy, but that's just how it is, unfortunately. I've got another 20 million. Let's go ahead and put another 10 million into player development. Let's make it 34 million. There we go. Oh, I'm over budget. I knew that was gonna fucking happen. I knew it. What is my actual budget? Why are you such giant assholes? Can't you just let me have all the money I need to? Let me see here. Yeah, we're projected to be over by about 6 million. I seem to shave 7 million off my player development budget then. You're still saying I'm over budget. I don't see it. I don't see how we're over budget. I think you're being weird. Don't be weird, game. Um, so you're projected to make a budget. Projected to earn more money. I can't fiddle with ticket prices. That's a shame. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's need about another $2 million. Let's go to 25 million. Really? You're still saying I'm over budget? I am not over budget. I'm gonna simulate one day and see if it fixes it. Quit fucking lying to me, game. You know damn good and well that I am not over budget. I will take another 2 million off of my development budget, but I'm not happy with you right now, game. I think the most annoying thing is I don't know what budget I'm actually over. There's too many numbers happening here, which is not great. I've got to say, mad respect with Juan Demoya. He has made himself a career of just a mercenary, a mercenary reliever. He's going to give you 50 to 60 innings of reasonable quality. He's had a long ass career. Even if he's never reached the dizzying heights he did with us in Oakland, he still managed to put together a pretty good career. He actually had a really good year in 2040. But yeah, have arm will travel, I guess. I'm reasonably frustrated with the stupid you're over budget. I'm not over budget though. Like it could be just a glitch. I'm gonna stop here because I don't want to miss the opportunity to adjust my budgets further if I need to. You keep saying I'm over fucking budget. I am not over budget. Give me a goddamn button that says, okay, make me under budget. 20 million. There we go. Now magically the problem is solved. That's fucking stupid though. I hate that so much because I don't know how much money I can actually spend. And it's frustrating. Like, it's genuinely annoying that I cannot spend the money I should be able to spend because you can just, like, LOL, you're over some hidden budget that I'm not going to tell you about. Like, what the fuck, man? Anyways, I guess I can't really do anything about it. I do think the financial aspects of this game are still very, very obscure and esoteric, and I don't think that does this game any favors. Um, it is perhaps the one thing about the game that I find the most frustrating is just randomly. Here's the super secret hidden budget you're not allowed to know about, but you're over it. So fix it, I guess. I will let Myrix can have some spring training time. You can. David Cooper is on an 80 overall. I don't know what bullshit you're trying to sell me, but you're not. Um, Tooks, Bergman. That seems good. Let us now don me an hour gay apparel. I don't know why I keep saying that. Just do. Let's sim forward. Let's get some spring training time in for some people. There is a lot riding on Takimoto. Without hesitation, we're spending a lot of resources on him. If he can be his best self, I think our team is terrifying in all the right ways. But if he's not, if he struggles to adjust to the United States, which is a reasonable thing for a new player to do, um, we may have some issues. All right. I mean, he's already getting better, which is a great start. Pamphile is getting better. McManus got a little better. Juan Rojas got better. Rojas calls for aid. Seward got better. Myrix got a little better. Um, Morning got a little better. Garza got a little worse. Alfredo Mesa's still kicking. All right. So we got to get down to fewer players. I have 17 pictures. I would like to carry 13. So 3 pictures got to go. Dixon to the minors. Sigmund to the minors. Kaleha to the minors. Divinity to the minors. I'm gonna wave him, and we're gonna see if anybody takes him off of my hands. But I'm not gonna get anything for trading him. I don't think. Man, I spent a lot of resources on Divinity thinking we would get an elite player, and we just never did. That does get me down to the 13 pitchers though, so that's good. I still got way too many position players though. All right, Castro, Fulser both instantly go to the minors. Brad Rice goes to the minors, I think. Brewer, Cleveland, Bergman, all to the minors. I think Bays to the minors makes some sense. I think Flanagan to the minors is reasonable. I'm gonna take Nelson Vigil off of play every day because I want, like, if we decide that Herbertson's a better third baseman, we just make Vigil the backup this season. I'm fine with that, but I'm not gonna force him down the team's throat. Rojas, Romero, Tooks, Myrix. I still got to get rid of three more position players. Almost all of them are going to be outfielders, probably. Seward, Ibarra, and then one infielder. We'll say Callison. And that is it, my friends. Your opening day roster. This could be a really great season if Takimoto turns out to be what we think he's going to be, and especially if Nelson Vigil has a nice sophomore year where he recovers from some of the mistakes he made the previous year. But that is it for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Your viewership is also appreciated. Comment, subscribe, you know what to do. And until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.